Hi everyone, my name is Syafiqah Binti Shamsul.
Hello, my name is NurMaisarah, Binti, Khairol, Aznol, Johari.
Today we're gonna talk about this one short film. The title was Mothering and it was directed by Lucy Bridger.
So, shoes go over there. Hello, Poppy. This is Poppy.
So at the beginning of this short film, we can see this young girl, which is the main character, enter the house with this lady. But if we look deeply at the beginning of the scene, we can see she enters the house carefully and shows awkward body language by looking at the surrounding of the house. So clearly the main character is unfamiliar with the place and trying to get comfortable by playing with the dog. In this scene, we can see that this old woman approached her with a welcoming hug, but if we look closely, the main character started to build some trust and started to feel that she belongs to be there. As we all know, building trust with someone new or new environment is quite hard for everyone. Trust comes in many forms and it can be hard to understand how to build trust without a clear definition. Building trust will take time and it also a skill, a practice of faith in the world, the people in our life and even ourselves, especially for those with a traumatic past. The best way to gain children's trust is by approaching them nicely and making them feel like they belong to be there.
Do you ever do any walking, Mia?
During dinner time, it brings to our attention that the main character still feels awkward with the situation by just looking at her body language and the eye contact that she makes. So there are several factors that show that some kids might feel anxious or stressed, and one of the factors is serious changes in someone's daily routines or life, which happens to the main character. She kept silent when her foster mother told a story, but it changed when the old lady started to ask about the main character's experience.
We went somewhere where there was loads of hills and stones.
It shows that to gain someone's trust, we need to get to know that person by being responsive and listening to their stories to make them feel treasured, like what the old lady did to the main character. In return, that person will feel more confident in trusting us. From this scene, it's clear that the main character slowly gained more trust and confidence to talk about her experience after being asked by the old lady.
So in this scene, shows a young girl covering up her period blood with her tissues because she was oblivious with what happened. So as a young girl who was raised in foster care, this conversation about menstruation is probably unusual to her. There were many adults around when she was little who could explain what is puberty. People around her in foster care were probably unaware about the importance of the conversation about menstruation and also puberty. Thus, she might feel ashamed and also terrified because she doesn't know anything about it. Moreover, the reason she lacks of these self-care skills because she is not given the proper sexual health information because they might think she was too young or there are no female figure that could help her as she is from the foster care.
Oops. You need peel this back. Right, those, and put them around this way in your necks, all right?
This scene shows an old lady helping the little girl by showing her how to wear a menstruation pad correctly.
I'll get you some water.
The old lady also gave painkiller to help her period discomfort because it was the first time experiencing it. It shows how considerate, how uncomfortable the lady is, even knowing the little girl for a brief short of time. Hence, handling the situation with care and non-judgmental can make a lot of difference. And also, the importance of handling the hygienic aspect can reduce the prejudice of menstruation among young girls and also adults. A woman have been humiliated, embarrassed by taboos that being created by society itself, causes shame and also self-hatred towards women. Then, by having a better understanding of menstruation topics can stop the stigma and be more understanding of women in the future.
Keep going.
We have custard.
To sum up, having good communication and trust can develop a strong bond between family institutions. Trust is seen as an element that holds society together. It shows that this short film, Mothering, really emphasized this value of trust to bring this concept to the public to implement in our daily life.
Thus, by not feeling ashamed or embarrassed about having a period is another aspect that I find extremely fascinating. So, like for any young girls out there or even all the women out there, by treating them properly and showing them great empathy, can have a major impact on their daily life. They can feel more confidence. They tend to accept in themselves better and helping them cope with the discrimination that they been faced. So, yeah, by showing empathy and also by treating them better could make a huge difference to our society.